We're headed now to an exotic location on today's Herbal Insight.
And we're not talking about Austin, Texas, where I went to spend some time with our herbal expert, Mark Blumenthal.
No, Mark is taking us to Denmark and a new use that's developing for an old herbal friend.
Well, we're all familiar with rose hips because it is a source of vitamin C, and we find rose hips in many dietary supplements, particularly children's chewable vitamin C with rose hips. Some Danish researchers have found what is probably a whole new use for rosehip, and that is that it may be able to give relief to people who suffer from osteoarthritis and, based on a recent clinical trial, possibly even rheumatoid arthritis. Now, this may not apply to all kinds of rosehip. There's a certain special rosehip from Denmark, from the island of Langeland. Rosehip from this particular region, under chemical analysis, shows a high spike of a certain compound called GOPO. The researchers believe that this GOPO, along with the other chemistry in rosehip, is responsible for some of the anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving effects that are observed in clinical trials with people who have certain types of osteoarthritis. Another clinical trial published in 2009 on rheumatoid arthritis patients, very different than osteoarthritis, showed that the rose hips can have an anti-inflammatory effect. So we're dealing with a potential new use for an old standby rose hips, which has been a traditional food going back hundreds or thousands of years.
Rose Hips from Langeland Island. Wasn't she a punk rocker in the early 80s?
I used to sing with her, didn't I? I don't know about that, but I do continue to marvel at what Mark brings us every week.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you want to know more about our Herbal Insights or the American Botanical Council, we have it all for you on the Healing Quest website.